Looks like it's going to dry up a little bit today. I'll have to double check and see the weather, the radar, before I get back and get all dirty into welding more on this. I just wanted to document the treadmill elliptical material trailer. It said free, I guess other than mileage, but mainly just wanted to go over to show. I also have not the best welds, but hey, these flex core little welders are handy. Don't quite have the IGBT solid state design one, but hey, it's okay. It's effective, that's the main thing. This is a dump trailer, and I wanted it to be versatile, so I could do multiple tasks with it. So basically I have modules or implements on top. The original design actually is a manure spreader. So I have another treadmill that I'll have where I'm not exactly sure if I'll use belts, an idler pulley tensioner to engage and disengage from the wheels to run the treadmill belt and the flapper, or if whatever the term is for the fleener, something like this. But in the meantime, I also have a dump bucket, and I want to do a flatbed on this also. So what I'm using here is basically that treadmill heavier duty. I don't think it's a Gold's Gym, it's a Nordic Track, but the Gold's Gym material actually fit really well without having to cut. But basically I'll just use that without the linear actuator. And in the future, right now I'm just going to make manual dump action, but in the future it could be mechanical. I suppose mechanical would be more of mount winch. Winch might be handy for pulling things on. I don't know, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But and then from the scissor kind of type mechanism, it really isn't a scissor, but it just seems more awkward compared to electric or maybe hydraulic actuated, if it was something I want to do. But I think in the meantime, basically I'll go this far for the bucket, and then I'll have the hand grip here, and then I'll be able to have room on each side to mount whatever implements, and then the front also room to mount, I could put a generator up there and a welder, almost, let's be close, but there will be plenty of room on this side, and that's not even including where I'll come together like a little triangle for actually mounting, and then having enough room available for a good turn radius. The interesting idea I had with when I was kind of pondering, I actually purchased pillow blocks and flange block bearing blocks. And I'm out here and I'm like, I've got to disassemble. I kind of don't like the very drives. They're one of the kind of, from what I review at least, I haven't hands-on yet, but I get the really discouragement regarding those being able to be repaired. It's pretty much a part that has to be bought new or used and still in good condition, because that pretty much a CV, constant velocity transmission, continuously variable transmission. Once those get out of spec, I guess, you can't really disassemble and clean real easy and reassemble without, I don't know. I haven't gotten there yet. But anyways, I have the one I did disassemble. So I have that, whatever that Transaxle is. So I'm thinking I'm just going to cut that down and then use those inner axle shafts and the rims and the tires. So instead of using the axle shaft and what I was planning to use, the pillow blocks or flange blocks, I'm going to go ahead and see how that Transaxle case performs, and everything should be in spec enough where it's basically just disassemble. I may have to take apart the case to look inside and inspect. I'll try to make a video regarding, I'm sure others have online, and then I'll verify it's okay, cut, and then if I have to, I'm kind of wondering ahead of time if I'll have to, spin the axle around with a grinder, cut off disc so I make a little recess for a clip or something like that. But I'm thinking that should be suitable and cost effective and resourceful. I don't see why I would ever use that Transaxle anyways. It's one of those, you know, salvage yard postings I'll post if somebody wants for free or whatever. But yeah, I think I got this all documented I wanted to. Yeah, basically these tubes here will extend the frame up to the point where somewhere in here, because I do want to have clearance for this section, kind of the underside of the flatbed if the flatbed did go this far forward. But mainly when I have the dump bucket on here, so I've got room for whatever I want to put here. And then, like I said, on the side there'll be room for, you know, rake or weed whacker, blower or something like that if moving around. But yeah, okay, so that's documented. I figured I better document. I said I was going to, so you can see. Oh, then behind here is a heavy-duty wheelbarrow upgrade that I tried bending with the threaded rod in, and yeah, that broke. And then I wasn't really, you know, I was kind of, what was I working on? I was welding the brace piece on the pallet racking I cut, and yeah, kind of a pretty bad weld. I didn't clean. I am, you know, if it's what, 60-10, 60-11, I forget which one of those two, you might not have to clean the welds. Otherwise, especially with flux core arc welding, I'm just, I think any other you want to clean. So I didn't clean those really good, so I'll go ahead and grind those off, clean those, and see about placing. But before I do that, bend these, because that's what broke. I tried bending, and yeah, the weld's not strong enough for one, which is good, not a problem, but I probably want to bend that pipe before I weld that again. So, but that'll be the upgraded wheelbarrow project there. So I'm going to maybe get some dirty clothes on. It's a little breezy out, but it should be okay. And I think I'm going to at least get to cutting and cleaning up some of this metal so I can fit, these pipes will fit in here pretty close. So I'll just use those and I'll trim them down. Probably trim this little bend off, use this little bend here, butt those, or I think actually they slide in. So I'll probably slide those in or measure, see where to cut those, and then get that spec so that'll fit on, well, actually first put some support material that will be drilled out for the mounting holes that are on the bucket, little dump bucket, and yeah, do that. Okay, all right, I think that's about all I want to document. Be safe, stay healthy, and until next time, learn something new.